Madonna was excruciating, what we learned from Eurovision 2019. And so it is over for another year, and the Eurovision bandwagon heads off to the Netherlands in 2020. But here are a few of the most impressively staged songs underperformed when it came to the votes. Azerbaijan had, and Russia's Sergei Lazarev cleverly made you think he was surrounded by mirrors, before the reflections began to do their own thing. UN spent what seemed like half the song stuck inside a shower on stage. But none of that was in Who Knew? There was a collective. It might be one of the most expected and traditional things in the whole of Eurovision, but the Tel Aviv crowd actually booed Cyprus, giving Greece their maximum score. Gallery. Every single Eurovision Song Contest winner since 1956. Digital Spy UK. It wasn't just that her vocals on Like a Prayer were pitchy. It wasn't just that, given the political flack and being called a total prostitute by Bobby Gillespie, that came with her decision to perform in Tel Aviv. Madonna must be questioning whether it was worth it. Bless her guest star Quavo though, who in a brief interview with the hosts managed to insult Madonna's age by pointing out his mum grew up listening to her, and made it quite clear he had absolutely no clue what he had landed himself in when he agreed to do Eurovision. And while organizers must have feared bigger protests and demonstrations in the arena itself, they could not prevent Iceland's entry Hatari waving Palestinian scarves as they were awarded their public vote points. Russia had a pianist. Greece had a rock guitar. A point absolutely rammed home by a segment which showed Eurovision stars of the past performing each other's songs. Conchita Wurst. It's the fourth time it has happened now in the last 16 years. But take heart, MSN UK are empowering happiness for Mental Health Awareness Month. Find out more of Gallery Eurovision's most memorable outfits photos.
Raindrop, drop top.